Hi, it's Potato Camera Guy. I'm going to be running through some gaming benchmarks on Vega Frontier. I understand this is not a gaming card, so I will also be adding some pro user benchmarks later on.
Alright, loading up Time Spy. It's going to be running at 1600 megahertz, 945 clock, power limit of plus 50. I don't want the power limitation active. Temperature is also maxed out at 85°C. I've been able to hit that without any issues, so I'm going to maintain that. The core clock 1600. Yeah, so the idea here is just to I don't want to have power limits, just temperature limits. The ambient is currently 80 degrees. Still waiting for the GPU to spin up. Earlier in a test it did not. It should be auto right now, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. It's probably because the temperature is still relatively low. They are climbing though. And the GPU fan, the blower just kicked in. It should be dropping to about 75 here in a bit. It'll start to drop. You know, my ambient is not ideal, but the still kind of gives you an idea. And this is the best I can do too. The AC is on. Outside is 90 degrees with probably 70% humidity or more. Alrighty. Yeah, you can definitely hear that blower doing its thing. Now it's running the Crimson driver 17.11. Earlier I swapped out the video card with a 470 or 480 for mining, and it did show that it had 17.2 on. When I reinstalled the driver after I swapped back to the Vega, it showed 17.11. Mind you, this is the same driver package that comes in 17.6. So I don't know what's going on with that. Let's see if these. I have a feeling that they're going to show up as valid scores because the 17.11 are in there. Nope, validation warning. Not recognized. So yeah, 6610. I believe I got higher last time. 6.8, but obviously it was overclocked a little bit, so this was not. Okay, let's get a better look. So yeah, we're looking at a 6539 graphics score. Test 1 had a 44.96, test 2 had a 35.85. And yeah, there's a little bit of information there. Cool. Alrighty. Okay, Fire Strike Ultra. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm trying this. It gives me time to focus. Alrighty. Temperatures are ramping up. 50. 55. 60. 65. Oh, alright, there is some throttling already. Huh. That was interesting. It didn't look like the thermal throttle was hit, but it was climbing very quickly, so there's a chance maybe that it did, or wherever the sensor was actually measuring, for it to do that, but that's interesting. Huh, okay. Oh, mind you, the GPU blower did not kick in. Alright, GPU blower is kicking in. Seven, 26, 7, 26. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to do this test over. Gotta force that fan. AB. Alright, it's going to be the initial ones, but there was a bit of core clock throttling. We got a 4893 Fire Strike Ultra. So what I am going to do is see if I can do anything about that blower. Oh wait, hold on. Correction before I stop the video, I'm a dummy. We have a graphics score of 4948. Graphics test 1 was a 25.55. Graphics test 2 is 18.59. Running Fire Strike Extreme. I switched that little switch on the GPU. I think I might have got my GPU fan up higher. I didn't see anything in instructions. I will complain about the instructions real quick. They are not instructions. They are... I'm complaining about this right now. I mean, it's supposed to be for like artsy people. Look at it. There's no instructions. It's about like, oh, the Frontier, Dish is empowering. Like, what? These aren't instructions. It tells you to call somebody if you have problems. That's it. Where the specs at? Where's my switch option information? What is that? This is stupid. I can't hear the GPU fan on this time. It's not as high as it can go for sure, but it's definitely on. It didn't throttle the core this time. Focus. All right, ready? Nice 1600 megahertz holding. Temperature's going up. I can hear the blower. It's on. Of course, it's kind of hard to hear over the other fans, but I can hear it. It's cranking up. That's good. Earlier, some of these tests got as high as 85, so I'm happier. All right. No throttling on the core clock. That GPU blower definitely kicked in. You can hear it. Alright, what you get a score? This one's kind of whatever. Well, alrighty. So I assume somebody in my first terrible potato video was talking about a switch on the GPU. I probably should have read a little deeper into that. I didn't see anything on any documentation about that switch, so that is kind of BS if you ask me. I risked it and just switched and saw what happened. I was really hoping it wasn't like a BIOS thing. Okay. So, got a score of 9543 for graphics. We got 48.03 frames per second on test 1, 36.52 on graphics test 2. Alright, running Fire Strike. Let's see how it does. Mind you, this thing's on the M.2, so that's going pretty quick. Alrighty. Core is at 1600 megahertz. Memory is at 945. Temperature's climbing, 55 degrees C. The blower switch is on B or to the right, whatever you want to call it. I didn't see any labels on it. It's a little dark though. The blower, you can hear the blower. It's not on too bad. It didn't kick in that much, so it's fine. I'm just glad it didn't throttle the core at all. Alrighty. Starting at 60C. Yeah, someone did mention I am running the other screen, so that's gonna definitely hit. It's gonna take the hit on the scores a little bit. Okay, it got an 84, and it's not, the blower's not kicking in, so there it goes, about time. It did throttle slightly. Jeez, that's annoying. I thought maybe that switch would help. It didn't seem to help. So, here's what it is. So at the very end, it did thermal throttle. This one's off CPU. Ambient 79. Alright. So we did have a little bit of core throttling at the end, unfortunately. But we ended up getting a score of 20,512 for the graphics. Graphics test 1, 98.17 frames per second. Graphics test 2, 81.70. Let's look online how we did. If you want to look at this, it's 27,70841 question mark. Better than 90%. Cool. See the settings. Cool. I'll mess up for a second. Alright. Note it is throttling, but I don't believe it's not thermal. It's only 64, 65C. That is definitely a power issue. So at stock, it has a power limit. From what I gather, I didn't change anything. I just opened up inside Afterburner and didn't do anything, and that's what it did initially. So I cranked it to 0. That's what we would have got regardless. Okie dokie. So 37 average frame rate. We also got max of 106, min frame rate of 17.78. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna increase that power limit. In fact, I think I'm gonna try to go ahead and do that 30 real quick. I don't remember if that worked or not. I hope it does. Leave everything else the same except for the temperature, because we want to try to see if we can maintain that 1600. Seems to be doing a trick, holding 1600. I can see it on GPU-Z. There it goes. Check ambient again. 82. Alright. I can definitely hear the GPU fan cutting on. As it hasn't been cutting on its own property for some reason. I haven't changed anything on it, so that's weird. Ambient is at 81. Yeah, look at that. I'm gonna have to run the overclock test over. Okay. How about them apples? 1600 megahertz clock, 945 memory. We got average frame rate of 40, max frame rate of 120, mid frame rate of 20.5. So not bad at all. Okie dokie. Clock one, doing it at 1650 because it did crash earlier, as you guys saw. Memory clock I'm going to maintain at 960. That actually contributes to the heat, as I learned from my video yesterday. The fan on the GPU is allowed to do its thing normal. It does crank up when it needs to, so that's good. If I turn that off, it does kind of screw up, so I'm going to leave it on. Bam. No. You're a safe mode. Oh, what is this? Oh, derp. Eat Baba Durko. Okay, let's try that one more again. Actually, I can use this over here. Power limit is kind of important, as I mentioned earlier. These thermal issues and power limits, they're important to both content creators and gamers. So if you're a content creator, you're not going to want this bad boy to underclock itself. It's going to slow you down. So yeah, right now we're at 1650, if you decide to overclock it, of course. 960. Alright, cool. Maintaining 67 degrees Celsius, 68, and climbing. That's a bad idea right now. And the GPU fan did kick in. .7060, holding 75. So as mentioned earlier, there is thermal headroom, not much, slightly, a little bit. Some people would be like, no, there isn't, but whatever. But if I try to do that, it would crash, not because of necessarily thermals at that point, it's something else. We're gonna get I think we're gonna get a pretty good score on this one. Check that ambient. Storing about 81. Mind you, it won't matter if I open a window. Outside is 90 degrees, so, and humid. If you're running, as TV is a little dark on purpose, so I didn't want the frame rates to wash out. Figured that was more important. It's my potato camera, sweet potato camera. All right, so we got a nice 40 frames per second. Average max frame rate of 121, mid 11.79. Our average is slightly higher than before. Our max is about the same. Which makes sense, it's not a crazy overclock. I'm going to go ahead and do Grand Theft Auto. Running DirectX 11, full screen, 4K, aspect ratio, refresh rate 59 Hz, no FXAA or MSAA, VSync is off, population density is maxed. All these should be max. Ultra reflections off. MSA particle softish shadows. Yada yada yada. Anisotropic filtering. X16. Deflation very high. Advanced graphics. Long shadows. High resolution shadows. High detail streaming while flying. There you go. cool. Go ahead and run the benchmark. The GPU fans already kicked in. Along with my fans, they're doing their thing. It's running at about 75 degrees C. No overclock, it says 1600. We also got the memory at 945. And we're doing this on full drive. Just happened to be where I had the game. Our temperatures are actually pretty good. 56, 52. Of course it's off, that's why. This makes sense. Alright, let's see where it gets to now. Disregard the temperature thing, that was just because it didn't have time to heat up. There you have it. So Redux is disabled. SSAO is disabled. Non-TLS. You have a 52 frames a second. 1600 megahertz clock, 945. Memory, 73C. The blower kicked in. It's at 4K. So max average 54, max 62, mid 41, and I'll show you the settings here in a second. So as far as the settings go, just to show you, 4K, 60 Hz, G-Sync off. The settings were anti-alias off. Hair works normal, not the what is it? Not use the other option. And going down here, SSAO is off. Alright, so gonna do a Hitman benchmark. We do got a DirectX 12 on, 4K. I'll move this closer, actually. That might help. Desync off, detail ultra, super sampling off, anti-alias off, texture quality high, filter 16x SSAO off, shadow maps ultra, of course. I make sure everything's as high as it can go. Render target. I'm gonna leave that alone. Auto. Okay, cool. Oops. Nothing changed. I do believe this is on my standard hard drive, so it might be a little slow. Right now we're getting about 66 frames, max is 193, mid 1.19. The cooler is kicking in, the blower. I haven't seen any core throttling yet, core clock throttling, so that's good. The cooler's just going to keep that. Oh, there it goes, it did throttle just slightly. It would be too much higher degree if we didn't have any of the cooling on, or the definitely if the power limit wasn't as high as it is. Alright, there you have it. Actually, don't have much because it's going to see the frames, but yeah. Alrighty. I don't know if you guys can hear me over the fan, but I'm going to go ahead and go over the settings. So, we're running it at custom, but only slightly to increase a few things. Anisotropic filtering, I'm going to go ahead and put that to 16x. And that's it. As far as this goes, everything else is the same. Unload video. It's at 4K. Vertical sync is off. Anti-alias is off. I did max out field of view, so you can stress as much as possible. The field of view is 130. Alright, so go kill stuff. Not doing too bad, about 60 frames a second. Pretty solid. And with that, you know though, that field of view is 130. Alright, let's see if I can fix the shit up. Now you guys seen what the frame rate is. I'm going to go ahead and put it with anti-alias on. So you guys saw it was roughly 60 to 70, right? Occasionally dipping in it's acting weird right now. I'm not sure why. When it's not actively gaming, it just drops my frames for some reason. It's annoying. It's something I need to fix. Alright, we're going to do right in here. Alright, let's go ahead and put anti-alias. Now you might not be able to notice from my sweet potato camera on my phone, but I can definitely tell the difference between anti-alias on or off at 4K. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. I'll leave the refocusing alone for now. I'll turn it on at the end too. So, cool. Alright. I'm still getting 60 frames, and occasionally getting to the high 60s and 70s. So, with anti-alias on the 8X, so these MSA there. So yeah, it can be done. Vulkan loves this thing, man. They should make all games on Vulkan. Be sure Microsoft DirectX 12 is not gonna like that. But yeah, dude, this thing is really epic, awesome. I don't know why they don't just do everything in Vulkan. Start on 5. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't even know. So yeah, not too shabby, right? So I figured, okay, we're doing above 60s. Let's turn the this thing on. We get away with it. So I'm not sure how the NVIDIA cards do, but freaking this thing will love Vulkan. Let's turn this thing on. This wouldn't be the case if it was Witcher. It would definitely drop down into 40 or lower, probably 30s. That's 150 seconds. Alright, so to verify, we do have Redux on and TSAA 8X Ooh, fancy. Alright, we're getting solid 60, no big deal. So, if anybody's interested in that kind of benchmark, there it is. I'm gonna go 55. deal. Yeah. Solid 60 frames. You know, anti-alias is on. 4K. I mean, this thing will beat this shit up. So that's kind of cool. Could not do this on my 480s. Anyway. Yeah. I think it's about as good as I can try to break it on here. Supposed to feel my playing at 60. It runs super good with like everything maxed out. Yeah, everything. See, there anything else I can do to make it hurt more? I think not. Yeah, cool. Everything's high. Everything's maxed out. Maxed out! Vertical sync on. Well, I'll turn the vertical sync off for a little bit. Just because. So we can see the max frames. So, 60 to 70. Somebody should do a video on the video card to see if the GTX, if you max out any alias, if it can take it. On the GTX 1080s, 70s, TIs, 90s. I got a feeling the ones with more memory are going to do better. So yeah.
I'm here to pick up my undead cat and child.
Yeah, give me a sec.
These are the forms for the employee health plan?
All right, yeah, put them on my... I just got bored. Everybody out.
All right, just one more rally.